Hi, and welcome to the Spiritual Awakener podcast. This is a podcast where I get to have so much fun interviewing my people. I can't wait to interview my next guest. She's got a very interesting story, and she's got a very interesting way of working with you. And apparently, she's going to be doing it on me, which I'm even more excited about. So please welcome to the Spiritual Awakener, Louise Swartswalter. I got that right, Louise.
Yes.
Welcome to the Spiritual Awakener.
It's so great to be here. Thank you for having me, Susan.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. So we have this podcast because, I love to hear people's stories, and I had my Spiritual Awakening episode 1 of this show, but you must have had at least one amazing spiritual awakening that made you realize that there was so much more for you than who you were.
Yes. And I do think we all have those, especially healers.
Yeah.
All go through some kind of test, and often it's a health crisis, and that's what I went through. So after my children were born, I have 2 kids, and after my son was born, I crashed. I just was a mess. No one really figured it out. It kind of went doctor hopping at the time. I ended up
People do, don't
yeah,
they? They really do. Looking for an answer.
it's all the hormones, and now I look at that and I work a lot with people with hormones because I'm a naturopath, and a biofeedback therapist and kinesiologist and now energy worker. So it's kind of like the path keeps going. But my own journey was I literally crashed. I was on oxygen for 3 years. I've slept in bathtubs.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed, they didn't know, with fibromyalgia, MS, chronic fatigue, kind of just a bunch of different labels. And I just knew my brain didn't work and I didn't feel good. And I had no energy. And I lost about a lot of weight. So I was down to 89 pounds. So I felt like I was dying. And I had 2 beautiful kids. And all I wanted to do was be their mom. So, I talk about how that's my why. My why was my motivation to get healthy again.
Your drive, really, your why, yeah. Why would you do that? Well, you had a drive.
I had a drive, so my first drive was really just to get healthy and be their mom.
Yeah.
And, so I ended up in all the alternative world, right? From chiropractors to acupuncturists. I would have done anything at the time to get well. But I did start with my physical body.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like it was physical to me. So it was like changing my diet, taking supplements, eating organic food, that whole path.
Yes.
And I kind of tell the story that, I did all that body work and I still wasn't where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And then I ended up having to do all the emotional work and I still wasn't where I wanted to be. And I kept the grateful journal and I still wasn't where I wanted to be.
Do you feel that, I always teach that the body is the barometer for the soul. And so your body was showing you, and this is for anyone who perhaps has a message in the body at the moment, if the body was sort of showing you something, but perhaps that wasn't the way to heal that something, it had to come from somewhere else, didn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us, yeah.
And I did figure that out. It was like, okay, I kind of said, okay, well, God, when you get sick like this, obviously you're showing us something here. You're saying, it's not just about the physical body. We have to heal physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then later I figured out when I really healed even more was when I did energy work.
Yeah.
And I realized that we had an energy field around us. And so
that's so key. And because, we can talk to the cows come home, it's a very English expression, but we can talk to the cows get home, but we can't get to that cellular vibrational set point, can we? We don't get there.
The way you get there though, I do biofeedback. So I have 5 different neurobiofeedback programs. And when I got my first one, I really did start getting healthier. It did help a lot, but it was working on a very spiritual level. And I didn't even know that. It was also balancing the neurotransmitters in the brain. And there is definitely a brain, heart, gut connection. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then I was actually a special ed teacher working with dyslexics privately, teaching them to read, write, and spell in a therapy program. Wow. And what changed their brains and got them better was a multi-sensory approach. So we did what you say with what you hear, with what you write, with what you feel, all at the same time to get them to understand how to read and how to spell and how to write and that phonological processing. So what ended up happening was I was doing that work with them and they would jump 2 grade levels in reading in just 6 months. And I was like, why did that happen? This is so cool, because I was doing the testing before and after. And I figured out that we were using this multidimensional approach. And then my little spiritual awakening light bulb went off again. And I said, oh, hey, we're not doing that in healing. That's why it took me 16 years to get well. We're not combining things multidimensionally or in a multisensory way.
Yeah.
So that's how my system came to be born. The brain system.
The brain system.
The brain system.
Tell us what I know what they are, but tell the audience what they stand for.
So it's a system, but each one of those stands for something. So B is the body part. So working with your body. We all have to pay attention, be aware of your body, take good care of yourself. It's all those lifestyle things. Good exercise, good food, sleep, all of that. So that's important for healing, any kind of healing or health, or even up-leveling your business. If you're not healthy, you're not gonna be okay.
Your wealth is in your health, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that was the first piece. And then the R is the releasing piece. And what I figured out is you have to release the old baggage, even the ancestral programs that don't belong to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And become back to what we call 100% your soul's truth.
I agree with that totally, 100%.
It's really interesting to watch people's journeys and also to help them and guide them on that.
Yeah.
Because I really feel we are all, maybe we're not, but the people I'm around, we all want that.
I think, and I think with the climate of now as well, we're recording this on the 23rd of September, 2020. And obviously everybody is in this space where there's a lot of questioning going on. But if we had that inner knowing and that inner wisdom, which we definitely all have, but if we actually trusted it, then we wouldn't be worried about what is going on in the world, would we? If we really were in alignment, and this is what I talk about as being in alignment with your mission, really. When you're in alignment with mind, body, soul, then you're on your mission. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
So so tell us more about it.
So the B is body, the R is releasing, the A is aligning with spirit. Everything is spiritual. I is integrating your new brain patterns to your soul's truth. And N is putting in the new program. And the new program is how you want to show up now. What is it that you want to be doing in the world, that mission? And it does feel to me like that is so complete that we even do before and after pictures. And I've taken people from having traumatic brain injuries and in 3 months their brain is better to making $100,000 by the end of the year. In their businesses. And it's because they get back to their soul's truth. I'm actually not teaching any business.
Exactly.
And that's what I say about mission.
Yeah, I mean, Louise, that's what I say about mission. It's like when you get out of the closet and you step out of the spiritual closet and the soul closet, then you essentially are living your true reason for why you were here, right? And so then the universe opens up for you for possibility, obviously financially as well, but possibility, and all of the people come into your life exactly when they're meant to come into your life, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And all those synchronicities begin to start to happen.
Yeah.
And you find that you are a good manifester, that you can bring in what it is you desire because you're aligned and you're in your soul's truth. Exactly. And what the releasing piece does that I love to do is it clears those brain soul blocks. So they're deeper. It's like way bigger than Reiki, way bigger than EFT, way bigger than pranic healing. It's deeper. Absolutely. All of those are good. We need all of these amazing techniques that everyone is using. I love them all. I look at it as a big tool bag.
Same. It's like you, isn't it? When I teach a spiritual entrepreneur, I'm saying, well, look, we're not going to call ourselves anything. We are who we are, and the I am presence, our name. let's just say, you know, and that name is the sum of the parts of everything your soul decided to do, isn't it? So you don't have to say, I do EFT or I do Reiki or I do angelic healing. It's just, that's just part of your journey. And you and I, you know, we've done a lot of that, right?
we're on the path, and you know, and I'm always thirsty to learn more too.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited, right? So if you're still watching on Instagram, I'm doing this live on Instagram as well, guys. I'm actually going to be like a guinea pig. I'm going to actually receive this. I haven't done this brain thing, so I'm really excited. So like you, we're constantly, you know, looking to see, oh, where can we tweak that? Where can we do this? You know, where can we have more fun in the world? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's really exciting. So first of all, before we do that, Louise, where can people get hold of you? Can you
my website, so louiseswartswalter.com. And I do have a brain balancing freebie on there called Mind Gems that balances, and what it does is it balances the rings of the brain in the field.
Yeah.
So like we're an energy being, so like no one's doing this kind of brain work. And it's because I lost my own brain power when I was that sick. You know, so my prayer was to just get my brain healthy again, be a mom to my kids. My next why was, how many more people can I help? You know,
and that's what service is, right? That's what service is. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love that. And I think there'll probably be a lot of people listening and saying, oh my goodness, but I have this back injury, or I have a client who has a brain injury and she's done so amazingly well setting up her own business. And there are people in the world, when you look at yourself, and if you've got an issue and you feel there's no way that you can be of service or be on your soul's mission, you 100% can. And what you're experiencing, Louise, is right, isn't it? Is that is part of your journey to your mission. It's not away from your mission. It's part of who you are. So if you lost your home, your job, your family, people, you lost physically people and they passed over, whatever it was, fires, we've had a lot of that recently.
Yes.
Whatever it is part of your soul's experience, which leads you to step onto your full mission.
Yes, and let's mention the times here too, because the times that we're in, I interviewed B.R.A.I.N, and I love him, and he said, you know, we're made for these times. Okay, we're resilient, and we are. So just like you're saying, it's our soul's journey. I believe that what's happening with the pandemic, with COVID, the reason we're all in this together is because energetically, all the old energy that doesn't serve you anymore needs to spin out. It's like the chaos has to spin out before the calm. And so we're reaching a higher spiritual plane.
Absolutely.
And if you allow it, you'll feel like you're in flow and it'll be awesome. If you're like resistant in any way, that's a sign that there's stuff coming up for you that just needs to be cleared. That's
that's okay, isn't it? Because there is a huge amount of confusion in the world. And that's what I say. I was on my teaching my channeling group today, and we were saying, actually, we can just completely rise above all of that, but not in an ego sense, but just in an expanded vibration sense.
Yes.
When you are truly in your expanded soul's vibration, then there is no fear, is there? It's just freedom.
Right. It's about getting people back to faith and to trust. You know, so I usually draw a line on a piece of paper, like going from the top to the bottom, and I put faith at the top and fear at the bottom. And I say, you know what, you can't be in both places. You can't be halfway.
So I put love and fear.
Yeah.
You know, that way around, I do love and fear, the peace process. And it's like, so that's, you know, all in the universe, right?
Yeah.
So B.R.A.I.N, I was on a couple of years ago now, I was on a summit with him, actually. He was virtually and I was physically on the summit, and he was fun. Yeah, he was fun. That was in the old days, though, the old days of EFT.
Oh, the old days. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. No, he's here. I'm in New Mexico. So I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So he lives north of me. So he's in our state. We figured out we lived in Taos at the same time, but didn't know each other. Oh, wow. So
had to match.
Yeah. But
well, I'm in the UK and you're right over there.
Yeah, I know. We've got to get you to come over here. I know you were in San Diego recently this last year.
Twice I've been in San Diego. So last September. So in fact, literally now, a year ago, and then March before Trump closed the borders, I was home the Saturday before he closed the borders.
Oh, wow.
Speaking
Wow.
of the New
Good
Media
timing.
Summit. Yeah. It was good time. Actually, I was talking about my podcast at the New Media Summit.
Well, you were totally aligned to time that correctly, right?
Always. We've been away 4 times this year on holiday and just got back from Corfu in Greece, which obviously, you know, Europe is a bit weird here at the moment. You know, you sort of don't know whether you're going to get home or quarantined or whatever, but every single holiday I've had has just worked out.
Great. That's really great. That's awesome. And
So
how
that's
about school? How about school over there? What's school like for your kids?
So I've taken them out. I'm homeschooling them. And I'm really pleased about that because I see that there's lots of different things happening. For example, children being vaccinated, even though they've been told that they're not, you know, the parents have said, we don't give consent. And children are being vaccinated, even though the consent has been no, because they're in mainstream school. And so I kind of, you know, I feel like I was guided. I was really guided. And so they're doing forest school and this and that and the other. And of course, I run my business in between all of that. But they're not little. I mean, they're 13, nearly 13 and 11 and a half. So, you know, it's working out. It's only been 3 weeks, but it's working out okay.
It's working out. That's great to hear. That's great to hear.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah. So do you want to have a bit of fun? Did you want to?
Yes, let's do this. So this is called Brain Cell Balancing. There's actually an ebook on this on my other website. So it's Albuquerque, it's ABQ Natural Health Center.
Okay, did you get that? ABQ Natural Health.
ABQ Natural Health Center. There's an ebook called Brain Cell Balancing.
Brilliant.
And that's kind of what we're going to do right now.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you is, you know, what would you like to have change or be different? Like an intention or a goal of something that's up for you.
Well, the one thing, and I've set aside tomorrow to do it, but the one thing is that I channeled my book and I haven't presented it to the particular publisher that I want to yet.
Okay.
Because I haven't got round to doing the chapter breakdown, which is what I need to do for a synopsis. So as much as I can see it, I feel it, it's here in my vibrational field, I haven't actioned it in the same way. So that would be the thing that I think my guides would be very happy if I were to sit down and do that, because they keep nudging me, you know, hence the day off tomorrow to just do that. So yeah, this is perfect. So
you want to complete the chapters for your book?
Well, I have the chapters, but I just need to do the breakdown so that I can write the synopsis and send it over.
Okay. Yeah. So I complete the breakdown for my book and send it to the publisher.
Yeah.
Okay.
To send the message out to the universe. So I already, you know, obviously have my platform and do my work, and have been doing it for a very long time. But the one thing that I really felt was that we needed a step-by-step healing trauma book, and my Sparkle to Success processes are all in my book. So I want people to feel that they can do it themselves, as well as, you know, actually be with somebody healing, helping themselves heal. So they've got all the processes there, along with channeling that the guides have given me. So it's all there. I just haven't put the proposal in.
Okay, so it's getting that proposal in. Okay, so if you completed this, this breakdown for the book and you sent it into the publisher, you got the proposal in, how would that make you feel?
Relief. It's been hanging in. No, exciting. Yeah, relief. And I think my sister Wendy, who's probably listening to this on Instagram, would be like, yay, finally. But yeah, no, relief, because they've already shown me the second book that I have to do, but also excitement, because I want the message out there. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Is that so? Let's do this. So what we're going to put is, we're going to put that goal of getting that done, right? Sending that off to the publisher, and you feeling excited and relief in a box here. So excited, relief, and getting that goal out to getting your book out to the publisher. Okay. And then I just ask the question and I say, all right, who or what is blocking Susan from having that? So this is the energy field piece. And it really is the power of the spoken word, or the truth will set us free. So it's based on words. And it's also muscle testing. So I'm like a medical intuitive, so I just test in the field, right? And I'm sure you have these skills too. And we just look, 1, 2,
nice
3,
for someone else to do it though.
And I say, okay, well, there's 3 strings. That means there's 3 people or situations that are in the way of that happening. Okay. So we just clear it. And then we just say, all right, is that first string, is this a male or a female? Well, there's a female in your field. And then we just ask, who is this? So it's a lot of questions, really. So it's getting good at asking good questions. And that we're doing is clearing the brain and the soul. So what happens is we all have little traumas that are stuck in the brain. And this is Dr. Hamer's work. Dr. Hamer was a German doctor that discovered trauma causes illness. And what he did is he took pictures of the brain, and he'd find that there'd be little lesions in different parts of the brain based on whatever the trauma was. And how he discovered that was he ended up with testicular cancer 3 months after his son died. And so his hypothesis, do you know his work?
Yeah. Well, I'm trained in mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I know that. It's an amazing story, isn't it? But yeah, carry on. Tell people.
So that's what happened was he said, it must be the trauma that causes my illness, because I was perfectly healthy before. So he started clearing his trauma and his cancer went away. And he was working with cancer patients. And what he did is he figured out that there'd be a different type of trauma stuck in a different part of the brain based on their issue. So like maybe esophageal cancer is not being able to swallow a morsel. Somebody couldn't digest life at some point in time in their life. And so when we clear the brain, we're actually clearing the spiritual brain as well as the physical brain when I do this process. So it's subtle, and it is based on science, but it is hard to explain. It's actually you have to just
amazing though, isn't it? It's like the missing link. I know when I trained in mental health, obviously it's German new medicine, right? And I trained in it many years ago. Penny Kroll trained me, and I use it all the time. But I just take it a little bit to a different place. I take it more spiritual than the sciencey bit, but as I'm known as a spiritual scientist, as you know, so I love the science and the evidence bit. And 100%, I think diabetes and so on, we can definitely change that story within people, and it's not just about diet.
Right. No, it's not just about diet.
We have to say a disclaimer here. We have to say a disclaimer.
Yes, we do.
Our disclaimer is that we do not claim to heal or cure anyone.
Right. We're doing the field work, so this is the field work. So this is a female in your field that's affecting this, book from happening here, and from you being excited and feeling relief. Is this someone you know? Yes. Is this you yourself? No. Is this a family member? Yes. Is this mom? Probably. So is this mom at a certain age? Yes. Is this mom when you were little? So this is mom when you were 0 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 10, 11. So when you were 11, so you were age 11, and it was something with you and your mom. Do you remember anything particular at age 11 with you and mom?
I think it will have been when she became a single parent.
Okay, so this is when mom became...
I think, yeah.
Okay, so this is when mom became a single parent. So so there was a divorce or a
separation, and then
a separation. Okay, so let's get the words about it. So it works on the words. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I actually have cheat sheets of words. So I'm just dowsing words. Okay. I
have some of those as well.
You have a word that's coming up?
No, I have a file with many words in.
It's all about the words, right? So vulnerability, relentless, love unreceived. Maybe mom felt love unreceived, or you could have. You're 11, right?
Yeah, maybe if there was a lot going on, and yeah.
Conflict. A, B, 1, 2, 3. Grief. and frustration. So then here's how we clear the brain soul. We say, was that a liar? I know these sound really strong. It was hard for me to use these in the beginning, but they do work.
Yeah.
Because they're strong words. We say, was that a liar, thief, or a fraud on you being excited and having relief and getting your book proposal done? And it's a thief. And then we say, what did it do? Did it kill, steal, or destroy something? And it destroyed something. What did it destroy? It destroyed your freedom, your strength, and your protection. So it's kind of like we're reclaiming freedom, strength, and protection. Did it steal something else? Something in A, B, C, D? No, A through M, M through C. Openness. It stole openness. So what we're doing is reclaiming that freedom, that strength, that, that openness. And then I clean it up a little more by just saying a clearing statement that just is, you might be familiar with it, it's access consciousness. And so we just say, I destroy and uncreate any judgments, assumptions, projections, conclusions, decisions about the situation when you were 11 and anything in your field that may be affecting you from feeling excited and feeling relief and getting your book proposal done. That could have been mom's or yours or anything else that was in the energy field at the time. So I release that now, I let that go. Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And then Susan, I added this and I just like it. I have people hit the bottom of their foot. And it doesn't matter which foot, like we're going to take No, we're going to take an open hand and just tap the bottom of your foot. Like I'm doing it right on my sandal.
I'm tapping my foot, guys, for the purpose of the audio. I'm tapping my foot.
Good job. So we cleared that string, and we say, this is a male or a female. There's another female. Is this you? Yes. Is it you and someone else? Is it you yourself? So this is you yourself. Wow. So is this you yourself right now or in the past? So it's right now. So it's just words about this. 1, 2. There's just 2 words about this. One is unprotected. And again, this is in the field. This could even be the pandemic stuff in the field.
I don't really affecting. It's funny, I don't feel that at all, but maybe it's just, yeah.
A through M, M through C, M, N. N, it's an N word. Nervous, nervous.
Oh, anyway, I don't need to work it out, do I?
No, it's going to clear it. It's going to clear it. And a lot of times, we're energy beings, so this stuff is in the field. So, and you actually can pick up other people's stuff and then play it out in your life.
Yeah, I mean, I work with people that are very worried about, what's going on in the world, whereas I'm totally not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So nervous and unprotected, is there another word? Is it hesitation? No. Is there another word like that? Yes. There's another word like that. So if I even asked you, why do you think you don't have that book proposal done yet? What would you say?
Rejection?
Yeah, like why do you think you haven't taken the action step to finish it?
There's 2 things that are coming to me. One thing is I kind of need to have it perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I know that isn't possible to have anything perfect, but that's my conscious mind knowing that. Mm-hmm. But I would like it to be the best energetic, vibrational set point for everyone. And the other thing is this particular publisher, my feeling is you only get 1 chance. So if it isn't exactly in vibrational alignment, then it won't be accepted. So yeah, there is that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's good. So this is you yourself on yourself in a sense. Yeah. So just the nervousness, the unprotected, the perfectionism, the feeling like you have to get it right. And so it's the hesitation in starting it because it needs to be perfect, because it's so important to you, which we all have, especially entrepreneurs, and then we just say, okay, is that energy a liar or a thief? It's a thief. And so it's stealing the forward movement.
Yeah.
It's stealing your focus. And your vision of what you thought would be.
Mm?
Your vision of what you thought would be.
Yeah, because if I don't do it, then the vision that I can see won't come to fruition. So yeah, that makes sense.
And it's stealing your confidence. So we're reclaiming your confidence, your focus, your forward movement, and your vision of what you would like it to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just going to say, destroying, uncreating any judgments, assumptions, projections, conclusions, decisions about this situation. I let it go. I allow myself to be free to take that action step, to feel excited and relief to get that book proposal done. Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pock, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. And then we tap the bottom of our foot again.
I'll do the other one now.
Yeah, let's make it even. Yeah. Very good. I think this is the situation of the publisher, because I got situation on this next string. So is it just the situation with the publisher, the one-time thing? Yes. Is it 1, 2, 3 words about the publisher? So we need to do that. Possessive. Possessive worry. So this is probably your feelings about the publisher, the possessive worry and the vulnerability.
Yeah, I would say vulnerability. Mm-hmm.
And maybe even fear, subconscious fear.
I think that's very true. Yeah, it's a big platform.
Is there another word I need to name here? No. Is this a liar, thief, or fraud, or all three? I think it's all three.
Wow.
Let's do it. So these actually came from John 10:10 in the Bible. They kill, steal, or destroy, liar, thief, fraud. So it's really changing at the brain soul level. So what did this energy of this publisher, or the worry about the publisher, kill? It killed, it stole the flexibility. It's killed the flow. So I know there's strong words, but like I said, what happens is we reclaim that.
Yeah. No. Feels
and
good.
we destroy, and so it's destroyed the success. So we're reclaiming the success and the safety. And the confidence. Excellent. Is there another word we need to say? No. Okay, let's say that clearing statement, then I'll check in. Are you starting to feel lighter?
I'm excited.
Good. So we're getting your excitement back. So we're saying, I destroy and uncreate any judgments, assumptions, projections, conclusions, decisions about the situation with the publisher, and just my concern about that, or anything in the energy field that might be blocking me feeling excited and having this relief and the book proposal done and moving forward. Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And then again, we're going to tap the bottom of our foot. Excellent. Good job. So how are you feeling right now, Susan?
Oh, I don't know, but it just kind of is such an incredible process, and it makes sense to me because, and one of the things I want to say, if you're listening to this and you've watched that process, is that it allows you to get out of the way. So, which I think is really key. Because especially somebody who works on themselves a lot, which I do. And so I have done a lot of deep work on myself and over the years, but every single person has got something that could do with somebody else who is an incredible intuitive to work with you. Would you agree? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So it's really amazing for me to put and it really is being vulnerable. Because this is my podcast, I'm out there, people are listening to this, and this is me being really vulnerable out, in the public, which is, I'm fine with that. And I think it's really important to be vulnerable, but it allows us then to be more real. Yeah.
Of course. And then I appreciate your vulnerability and for allowing us to use you as a surrogate today.
Yeah.
Sometimes what happens is even if someone is not writing a book, but their goal is to take a forward movement step,
Yeah.
they will actually feel that shift, slight, subtle shift too. And it just depends on who they are and how open they are.
Yeah.
And again, and there's one more thing I want to do that'll take 2 minutes really.
Yeah.
It's the new program piece. And so it's kind of like what I look at this is we took out the trash. We released stuff, you know. Now there's layers though. Like this is just about your book, right? But if I was working with somebody, there's layers like an onion skin peeling.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the first time I work with somebody, you know, it's going to be whatever's current at that time that's coming up, even though it could be something at age 3 or in the womb or great grandpa's.
Yeah.
So I release the ancestral work too. Then putting in the new program piece is some energy work that has to do with codes in the field. And I learned this work from my teacher and mentor. Her name was Dorothy Wood Epsio. And she passed a few years ago and she was just amazing. But what she taught us was she taught us these amazing codes. I always say that Dorothy knew the Bible as a physics book and a spiritual book.
Amazing.
It was completely brilliant, like way beyond brilliant. And so your goal of, and then I muscle tested, I have you say this, say I complete, I forgot how you said this though. I complete the process for my book.
Synopsis and the synopsis and the chapter breakdown. I complete the chapter breakdown and the synopsis.
Okay, for your book and get it to the publisher.
And send it to the publisher.
Okay, and then I muscle test that and it brings up stress. Okay. And then you said I would feel excited and relief.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you say that.
Okay. I would feel, oh my God, I just got like a pain in my lower back, right? Just like a ching, like a kind of acknowledgement, acceptance. Okay. Yeah. I had to say that because in mental health, we know that that's like an acceptance and a healing peak. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, say it again. What was it?
I feel excited and relieved.
I feel excited and relieved.
Okay. And then I just muscle test that. And then I'm going to do these codes on you. Mm-hmm. So the codes take away the stress and they reorganize the field. They reboot your computer. It's like upgrading your computer of your energy field in your brain to Windows 12 or a Mac Pro. So it's like putting in that program of, I get that done, those chapter processes done for my book, and I send it to the publisher, right? Yes. So it's 2, 3 love, and I'm going down your left leg. 2, 3 love, 5, 3 forgiveness, 6, 5 choice, 9, 2 freedom, 4, 2 greater love. Then I'm going to go down your front. I think I'll have you say some of these with me. I'll say the number, and then I'm going to ask you to say the statement, okay? So 4, 2, say, I have positive self-worth.
I have positive self-worth.
Awesome. 2, 2, say, I choose to succeed.
I choose to succeed.
Good. 4, 4, I choose to live in joy.
I choose to live in joy.
Excellent. And 6, 2, I choose to live by the higher laws.
Higher loves? Higher laws.
I choose to live by the higher laws.
I choose to live by the higher laws.
Excellent. Good job. Awesome. Okay. And then I'll have you say those again. So say, I complete the chapter processes for my book.
I complete the chapter processes for my book.
And I send it to the publisher.
And I send it to the publisher.
And now you're strong. Say, I feel excited and relieved.
I feel excited and relieved.
And now you're strong. Awesome. So then we're going to lock it in, Susan. And the way that we lock it in is we actually just put our hands above our head. Yeah. And if I was with you, I would pull down.
Is it like this? Because I can't see.
Yeah, like that's fine.
Oh, like this. Okay, interlocked. Yeah.
And then I would pull them down in front of you and you'd be resisting me.
Okay.
It's kind of like you're pretending I'm there with you.
Okay.
Pulling you down. Okay. Then I'm going to have you cone your fingers and we're going to make a circle in front of your heart with your right hand. So it's like you're thinking you're going up towards your left.
Okay. So I'm going towards my left when I do that. Okay. I've got it.
And you're going to say 2, 2.
Do you want me to do that now?
Yeah. Say the numbers 2 and 2. 2, 2.
2, 2.
I choose to succeed.
I choose to succeed.
And then tap your belly button 8 times. And that locks in this goal of being able to start that book process for your publisher and
I
getting
can see the infinity.
You can see the affinity?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we just upgraded your biocomputer.
Wow.
With this new program. So now it's in your field, so it manifests easier for you.
Wow. It's going to be so interesting because tomorrow was my day to set aside to do it.
Okay.
And that was my day. So it's going to be so interesting to see how easy it's going to be for me to complete it in the one day. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just please reach out to me. Send me an email.
I'm 100% going to reach out to you tomorrow and let you know after I do the day. Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to go smoother for you. So that's
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure it will be. So that was a really interesting, exciting process, guys. So if you want to get hold of Louise, I definitely would pop to her website now when you've listened to this. So tell us your website, Louise.
So it's louiseswartswalter.com.
Yeah,
and the
brilliant.
spelling of that, it's a pretty long name. It's but it's phonetic. It's SWARTSWALTER.
Yeah, brilliant. And can they get you on social media? I mean, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. Get me on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Not as much on Twitter, but Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just I just do those 2 platforms mostly.
Yeah.
I am on LinkedIn too, and I do have some things on YouTube.
And what's your podcast called?
My podcast is the Brain Soul Success Show.
Yeah. And I'm coming on it. So I'm really excited about that. So I have my story to tell.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Which is so brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm excited to have you on. This will be great.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, Louise, thank you so much for giving your heart and soul to me and to the listeners. I'm just blown away by it. I'm really excited. I feel very honored that I was your subject tonight with something so dear to my heart. And, you know, guys, really have a listen to this again. Have a listen to Louise. And you can find this on all the podcast platforms, on my YouTube channel, Susan Kennard, and across all my social media. And I'm sure Louise will be sharing it too. So thank you so much, Louise, and thank you everyone for listening to The Spiritual Awakener. Until next time, remember you can sparkle as bright as you choose. Much love for now.
Thank you.